All right, good evening, baseball fans, and welcome into a little bit of Field of Dreams baseball. So we'll be covering 3 days. Probably going to be simming most of the games, but we'll at least do one. And it looks like that game's going to be Lancaster versus Vegas. Vegas, the record of 18-15. And right now, Vegas is in third place in their division, 4 games behind Canada. Lancaster at 20-15, 3 games behind Canada. So big game. There's Bernie Strong. So big game here between Lancaster and Vegas, and then we'll sim pretty much all the rest. There's Aaron Reed. All right, so let's get to the ballpark. There we go. Let's make sure this is all proper. And it is. Let's go. All right, welcome into Dodger Stadium for the game between Lancaster and Vegas. Mike Cuellar will start for Lancaster. 8 starts in the year, 4 wins, 3 losses, an ERA of 2.48. This will be his second start against Vegas, and against them, he is 0-1 with a 5 ERA. Opposing him will be Tex Houston for the Las Vegas Stars. 7 starts in the year for him, and 4-3, excellent record with a 1.97 earned run average. This will be his second start against Lancaster, and 1 win, no losses with no ERA against them. So 74 degrees here at Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles, and wind speed 5 miles per hour right to left. Let's go. Bernie doing a couple games earlier, so trying to get through this. Trying to get into mid-May here. So here we go. All right, let's look at that starting defense. And for the Stars, and left field, Ryan Braun. In center, Cesar Cedeno. And right, Frank Robinson. From first to third, we have Will Clark, Davey Lopes, Larry Boa, Evan Longoria, and Jim Sundberg. Tex Houston. His record thus far this year, as we've already said, he's a 1.97 under average. He's 4-3 with 8 walks and 50 strikeouts. Paul Blair will start things off here. Excellent center fielder. Blair hitting .254, 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch from Houston. On the way. Curveball and swing and a miss by Paul Blair, and that is strikeout. So out number 1 here in the top of the first, and brings up Steve Garvey. Familiar ground here for Steve Garvey. Garvey hitting .212, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in on the season. Tex Houston with the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, easy roller to second. Longoria to Clark for the 5-3 putout. So 2 up, 2 down. And brings up Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith hitting .233 this season. 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Houston into the wind in the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts for Tex Houston. No runs, 1 hit, or no runs, no hits, no errors. We played a half inning, and it's the Lancaster Fighting Amish. Nothing, and the Las Vegas Stars coming to bat. Looking at the starting defense here for the Fighting Amish in left field, it is Dusty Baker. In center, Paul Blair. In right, Reggie Smith. At first base, Steve Garvey. At second, Davey Johnson. At short, Mark Bellinger. At third, Brooks Robinson. And catching, recent Hall of Famer, Joe Mauer. All right, Mike Cuellar on the year, 4-3, a 2.48 earned run average for Cuellar. He has walked 24 and struck out 35. Leading off for the Las Vegas Stars, Cesar Cedeno, the center fielder, hitting .234 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Cuellar deals the 0-1 pitch to Cedeno. Fastball rocked down the left field line. Baker in the corner and on the track makes the catch in left field for out number 1. So Cedeno with the big loud out, and it brings up first baseman Will Clark. Will Clark hitting .254, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Slow night for baseball here, but that's fine. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 0-1 from Cuellar to Will Clark, fly ball center field, and Paul Blair easily tracks it down. 2 up, 2 down for Ryan Braun. The left fielder hitting .250. He's got 2 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Cuellar deals the 3-1. Changeup, base hit past Bellinger into left field, and we have an injury on the play, and Ryan Braun out of the game. Again, an incredible amount of injuries, both in Season 1 and Season 2. So Braun is out, and here's Frank Robinson. The Judge hitting a rather disappointing 195. He does have 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Welcome in, Buckshot. Cuellar with a 3-1 pitch, fastball, and Cuellar issues the walk to Robinson. So 2 on, and looks like we have Brady Anderson in as a pinch runner, and we'll see if Anderson will actually stay in the game. Ryan Braun out with an injury. Here's Davey Lopes now batting with 2 down, no score in the bottom of the first. Lopes hitting .250, a home run, 3 runs batted in. Cuellar into the wind, and the 2-1 pitch to Lopes. Changeup, little roller to short, Belanger to Garvey, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We did have an injury in the game, so we're going to go ahead and we're hoping here, at least that the, let's see. Yep, there we go. Brady Anderson will stay in the game. Joe Mauer leading off, fly ball to center. Cedeno ranging to his left. He'll pull it down. Out number 1. Justin Morneau now. Morneau batting in the number 5 slot. Designated hitter, .246, a home run, and 9 runs batted in for him. The lefty digs in. Houston has the sign from Sundberg. The wind in the 2-1 pitch. Curveball, fly ball to right field. Frank Robinson gloves it for out number 2. Left fielder Dusty Baker now. Baker hitting below the Mendoza line. He's at 175. 1 home run, 13 runs batted in for Dusty Baker. Tex Houston peers in, has the sign from Sundberg. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball to Baker. Grounded to Boa. This is going to be close, and Baker able to beat it out. Boa gets a handle on the ball. It looks like there was a slight hesitation, and that was enough for Dusty Baker to get the infield hit. So Dusty Baker with 11 steals last season. 1 thus far this season brings up Brooks Robinson. Brooks hitting .244, and he's put 3 out of the park. 17 runs batted in for Brooks. 2 away, no score as Houston deals the 1-2 pitch. Change up to Robinson. This one grounded up the middle. Boa diving stop from the knees, tosses to Will Clark to retire. Brooks Robinson and the side. The 11th great play for Larry Boa on the season. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and it is Lancaster nothing and Las Vegas nothing. Evan Longoria will lead things off here. Longoria hitting .189, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. So the Amish at 20-15 in the season, and the Stars at 18-15. So very, very important game for these 2 teams. Cuellar deals the 0-2 pitch to Longoria. The changeup grounded. Plenty of time for Brooks Robinson. Longoria with decent speed going down the line, but Robinson makes it look easy. So 1 up, 1 down. Prince Fielder hitting .265. He's gone yards 7 times, and he's batted in 20. Dwayne Martz joining us here at Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine, on a beautiful night for baseball. 74 degrees and just a slight breeze here. No score. Each team just 1 hit thus far. Bases empty for Prince Fielder. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The 1-2 pitch from Cuellar to Fielder. Little screwball action. Cuellar covers first. Garvey fields it, and the underhand toss to retire Prince Fielder. So 2 away now. It brings up Larry Boa. Larry Boa with a great play to end the top of the 2nd. Boa hitting .196 with 7 runs batted in. Cuellar has the sign from Joe Mauer. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Larry Boa swings right through that one. So No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 2, and we have a scoreless tie. All right. So it'll be Belanger, Johnson, and Blair. So a trio of Orioles due up here. Belanger hitting an even 200 on the season with 8 runs batted in. Tex Houston thus far has struck out 2 batters. Houston deals the 0-1 pitch. Fastball grounded hard to short. Plenty of time for Larry Boa. He'll fire that on to Will Clark. Score that one 6-3 at home. 1 up, 1 down for Davy Johnson. Davy Johnson, with 2 home runs, he's hitting .290 and 9 runs batted in for him. The 0-1, Johnson cuts on this fastball, grounded to third. Longoria, the throw across the diamond to Will Clark. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Paul Blair. We're back at the top of the order for the Fighting Amish. Blair struck out back in the first. Houston with the 0-2 delivery, changeup, and Blair goes down swinging for the second time in the game. So they go in order. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here at Dodger Stadium. Home of the Las Vegas Stars. All right, Jim Sundberg will lead things off here for the Stars. Will be followed by the top of the order, Cesar Cedeno, and then Will Clark. Sundberg hitting .200, a home run, and 8 runs batted in for the Las Vegas catcher. Cuellar with a 2-1 delivery. Fastball, high ball to center field, but Paul Blair reels that fish in. So 1 up, 1 down now. Back at the top of the order for Las Vegas and Cesar Cedeno. Cedeno flied out down the left field line back in the first inning. Cuellar into the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball sent to left, but should be no trouble. Dusty Baker hauling it in. 2 up, 2 down. Good pitchers duel going thus far here in the early third of this game. Will Clark, who's 0 for 1, flied to deep center back in the first. Cuellar with the 1-1 delivery. Fastball chopped on to Belanger, on to Garvey, and they go 1, 2, 3. And we've played 3. No score for the Amish. Just 1 hit, 1 left on base. And for Las Vegas, 1 hit and 2 left on base. All right, so the Fighting Amish will send up the number 2, 3, 4 hitters, Garvey, Smith, and Maurer. Steve Garvey, 0 for 1 in tonight's contest. He grounded to third back in the first. Sundberg sets the target. Houston into the wind in the 1-2. Garvey swinging on his changeup. Clean base hit into left field. Brady Anderson up with it and gets it back into Larry Boa. So Steve Garvey is aboard. Steve Garvey, not too much of a threat to steal. No steals thus far this season. And here's Reggie Smith now. Smith struck out back in the first. Tex Houston with 3 strikeouts in this game. With a 1-2 pitch now. And let's make that 4 strikeouts for Tex Houston on the 1-2 count. Big swing and a miss. Here comes Joe Maurer batting with 1 out. And Steve Garvey perched on it first. Last time up, Joe Maurer flied to deep right center. Tex Houston comes to the set position and deals the 2-0 pitch. Changeup, Maurer swings, fly ball to right field. Robinson tracking back on that ball and pulls down the horsehide for out number 2. So here's Justin Morneau. Morneau, former Bucco and former Twin, flied to deep right center. Sundberg sets up Houston with the 1-0 delivery. Fastball, little roller to third. Longoria having trouble with the ball, and by the time he gets it out of a glove, Morneau is on at first base. Score that an infield hit, the third for Lancaster. And Longoria making his first poor play of the season. So Longoria having trouble finding the handle. So 2 on, 2 out. Garvey at second, Morneau at first, and it brings up Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker 1 for 1. Infield single back in the second. Tex Houston with the 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Baker swings. High fly ball. Center field. Cedeno's got to play this one off the wall. Garvey will score. Morneau will score. And Lancaster out to a 2-0 lead on the RBI double by Dusty Baker. That is Dusty Baker's 8th 2-base hit on the season. All right. Here is Brooks Robinson now. Grounded short back in the second. Houston looking to get out of it here. 0-2 pitch to Robinson. Fastball. Chopper to second. Lopes bare hands on to Will Clark to retire the side. But the Amish scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lancaster now holds a 2-0 lead over Las Vegas. Brady Anderson will start things off here. Anderson in for the injured Ryan Braun, so making his first plate appearance in this game. On the season, Brady Anderson just 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. Season from which he was drafted, Anderson hit .263 with 12 home runs and 48 runs batted in. Brady Anderson does have some speed. If he gets on, 31 steals to his credit from the season from which he was drafted. And there's Mike Silva. Good evening, Mike. Good to see you. All right, Mike Cuellar ready to deal to the lefty Brady Anderson. Mauer with the signs. Cuellar has one he likes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Changeup, grounded back to the mound. Cuellar with a quick release in time to get the Brady Anderson, the speedy Brady Anderson. So 1 up, 1 down. There's Sakuni, 007. And Frank Robinson now strides to the plate. Robinson walked back in the first. Cuellar wheels and deals the 2-0 delivery. Fastball, and Robinson drills this to left field, but Baker tracking it down at the foul line in the corner here at Dodger Stadium for out number 2. Brings up Davey Lopes now. Davey Lopes is 0 for 1, grounded to short back in the first. Mike Cuellar into the wind in the 0-2. Little fadeaway action. Davey Johnson to Steve Garvey, and Las Vegas goes quietly. We head to the top of the 5th. It's Lancaster 2 and Las Vegas nothing. Very, very, very important game here. Both of these teams trying to get to the top of their division, 3 and 4 games back respectively. All right. We will see Belanger, Johnson, and Blair. Once again, the Oriole trio. Shortstop Belanger grounded to short back in the 3rd, so he's just gone below the Mendoza line at 198 now. Tex Houston has 4 strikeouts under his belt, has yet to walk a batter. Houston with the 0-2 pitch, curveball, and this one drilled to left. Belanger turning on the Jets, going around first base, and picks up his 5th double of the season. So Lancaster bringing their bats tonight. That's the 5th safety for them. And here comes Davey Johnson now. He is 0 for 1, grounded to 3rd, back in the 3rd. Belanger at 2nd with 14 steals, the season in which he was drafted. 1 steal thus far this season. Decent lead off first. Houston peers over his right shoulder at the runner, looks in, has the sign from Jim Sundberg, comes to the belt, and the 0-2. Fastball grounded to the mound. Houston to Clark to retire Johnson. Nowhere for Belanger to go. So 1 away, and we're back at the top of the order, and Paul Blair. Blair has been a strikeout victim twice against Tex Houston. The 1-2 pitch to Blair. Fastball in there, and Paul Blair has struck out 3 times. So that's the 5th strikeout issued by Ted Houston. 2 down, or Tex Houston, and it brings up Steve Garvey. Garvey is 1 for 2. Last time up, he singled. Houston with the 1-0 delivery. Fastball. Belanger was off with the pitch, but Longoria making the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Los Angeles. And it's the Fighting Amish 2 and the Stars nothing. Evan Longoria, Prince Fielder, and Larry Boa do up the number 6, 7, 8 hitters. Longoria in the game grounded to 3rd, back in the 2nd. Mike Cuellar thus far has fanned a batter and walked a batter. The lefty deals 0-2 pitch, curveball, strike 3 called. So strikeout number 2 for Cuellar, and Longoria will sit down, and Prince Fielder will stride to the plate. The lefty 0 for 1 in this game. Fielder the DH tonight for the Las Vegas Stars. He grounded to first, back in the 2nd. Cuellar into his motion. Fielder first pitch swinging, high deep ball to right field, but Reggie Smith tracking it down for out number 2. So thus far, Mike Cuellar pitching a beautiful 1-hit shutout, and here's Larry Boa, struck out back in the 2nd. Cuellar deals. Boa first pitch swinging. This one routine grounder. Garvey to Cuellar covering for the 3-1 put out, and that does it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 5 complete here at Chavez Ravine, and the score remains Lancaster 2 and the Stars nothing. For those joining us late, the scoring came back in the 4th inning. Steve Garvey hit a single, and then Morneau with a single in the infield that moved Garvey to second, and then Dusty Baker with that double that scored Steve Garvey and Justin Morneau. And that made it 2-0 Lancaster. So that gets you caught up on the scoring in this game. All right, Reggie Smith is 0 for 2. He would lead things off for Lancaster, the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Smith has been a strikeout victim twice. So Tex Houston getting into a sort of groove here as far as the strikeouts go, and only touched up for those 2 runs in the 4th. So still very much a good ball game here as Tex Houston deals. Smith first pitch swinging on a curveball. This one laced to right, base hit. Frank Robinson quickly plays it on the nice bounce and gets it into Davey Lopes. So Reggie Smith is aboard, and it brings up Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer has flown out to deep right center both times up. Smith about 4 steps off of first. Houston with a check of the runner looks home and delivers the 0-1. Fastball, routine fly ball to Cesar Cedeno in center field. Even though it's calling it a web gem, it was pretty much a routine play for Cedeno. But we'll give him the great play anyhow. So Smith remains on first, 1 away for Justin Morneau, who was 1 for 2. Infield single last time up. Houston with the 1-1. Curveball to Morneau. Morneau, line drive. This one's going to go for extra bases. And they're going to hold Smith at third base as Frank Robinson gets that ball in. Morneau with his 6th double of the season. 2 on here in scoring position for Lancaster in the top of the 6th. And Dusty Baker will come up to hit now. Baker, good day at the plate, 2 for 2. Infield single and a 2 RBI double back in the 4th. Houston working from the stretch. Baker fouls this one back. Count 0-1. Fastball. Baker swings, grounded to third, and they're going to go and get the short out at first. Smith will come in to score the 3rd run for the Fighting Amish. It's now 3-0. As Sean joins us, and he's imploring Vegas to wake up. All right, Brooks Robinson, 0 for 2 here. He is grounded to short and to second. Houston from the stretch pitching with 2 down and a run in here for the Fighting Amish. The 2-2 pitch, change up to Brooks Robinson, routine grounder to short. Boa, bad throw. This one pulls Clark off the bag. Justin Morneau will score. That's Larry Boa's 3rd error of the season. And it's 4-0 in favor of Lancaster. All right, here's Mark Belanger now. He has grounded out and doubled. Frank Robinson on at first, so that one unearned that run. Houston deals. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, fly ball to center. Cedeno sets his sights on it and pulls it down. However, 2 big runs for Lancaster on 2 hits. And there was 1 costly error by Las Vegas. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And the score is Lancaster 4 and Las Vegas 0. So we've got 9 people here at the ballpark tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. And there's Big Clue. He says those Amish sure are a tough bunch. Very, very tough team. They really are. All right. A little sip of hydrogen and oxygen, and we continue. Jim Sundberg, 0 for 1. Fly to deep center. And Las Vegas needs to start making some noise here pretty quickly. Again, a very, very important game. It is only May, but very, very important game for both teams in the early going here. Lefty Cuellar with a 3-1 pitch. Fastball grounded back to the mound. And Garvey gets the quick release there from Mike Cuellar for the 1-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down now. Cesar Cedeno, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Mauer sets the target. Cuellar winds and fires. 2-2. Fastball. Cedeno swings. Nothing but air. So 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th and brings up Will Clark. Clark is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. Lefty digs in against Mike Cuellar. Here's the pitch. Clark, first pitch swinging, a little number up the first base line. Garvey gloves it and underhand toss to Cuellar covering to retire the side. We go to the 7th, and the score remains 4-0. Lancaster over Las Vegas, and it'll be Davey Johnson, Paul Blair, and Steve Garvey. Johnson has grounded out twice, last time to the pitcher. Tex Houston deals the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Davey Johnson looks at one that catches the inside corner. So that's the third, and Paul Blair now coming up. So Tex Houston now has fanned 6, and Paul Blair has struck out 3 times today. Houston with a 3-1 pitch, change up, and this one looped to Lopes at second. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey, he is 1 for 3, had a single back in the 4th. Last time up, he lined to third. Tex Houston with a 2-0 delivery. Curveball, Lopes ranging far to his right, and off-balance throw, and that's going to be an error on Davey Lopes. And that will send Steve Garvey to second. All right, 2 away here now. Reggie Smith, who's 1 for 3, singled last time up, and he has struck out twice against Houston. Houston brings it home, the 1-0 pitch. Reggie Smith, line drive, base hit into right field. Garvey rounding third, and Reggie Smith will pick up the RBI single. And the Amish put another one up on the board. It's now 5-0. Tex Houston will face Joe Mauer here. Joe Mauer has flown out 3 times. Houston deals the 3-0 pitch, and fastball missing away, and he loses Joe Mauer. So 2 runners aboard. Smith at second, Mauer trailing him at first, and here's Justin Morneau. He's had a good day, 2 for 3. Last time up, had a double. 1 run in here in the top of the 7th for the Amish. 5-0 your score. And Sundberg out to have a quick word with Tex Houston. Now back and crouches down. The 0-2 pitch. Change up to Morneau. Long fly ball right field toward the foul line. Frank Robinson tracks it down. 7th inning stretch time. It is 5-0. Lancaster over Las Vegas. All right, welcome back, baseball fans. Here in the bottom of the 7th, we're watching Mike Cuellar pitch a 1-hitter right now. Tex Houston doing the best that he can to try to keep his team in the ball game. These Las Vegas Stars. Time running out in this game. Here's Brady Anderson, 0 for 1. Brady Anderson did not start tonight. In for the injured Ryan Braun. So Brady Anderson last time grounded out to Mike Cuellar back in the 4th. Cuellar up to 70 pitches right now. He's good for 145. Average fastball at 83, and his last 5 pitches have been at 83 miles an hour. So Cuellar pitching a strong game, to say the least here. All right, here we go. Brady Anderson, first pitch swinging. This one's just a little roller to third. Robinson has to come in quickly on this. Brady Anderson beats it out. So here we go. Second hit for the Las Vegas Stars. Could this be the catalyst to get something going for them? Here is Frank Robinson. He is 0 for 1 and a walk. Flied out his last time up. Cuellar checks Anderson, comes home, the 2-1 pitch. And this one, just a big league pop-up. Belanger out on the shallow left field grass will make the catch for out number 1. No place for Anderson to go. Here's Davey Lopes. Davey Lopes, 0 in 2 attempts. He's grounded out twice. Brady Anderson has a pretty good lead at first. Cuellar with the 1-2 delivery. And this one's sent into center field. Paul Blair ranging to his right and trots over and makes the catch. So 2 away, Brady Anderson has to get back to first. Paul Blair with incredible range out there and a strong arm. Evan Longoria now is 0-for-2. Struck out last time against Cuellar. Cuellar has set down 3 on strikes, has walked a batter. Count full on Longoria. And this one missing. So Longoria gets the walk. Brady Anderson at second. Longoria at first. Brings up Prince Fielder. Big bat here. Swing of the bat. And Vegas is back in this game. Prince Fielder has grounded to first and flown to deep right last time up. Cuellar to the belt. And the 1-1 pitch to Prince Fielder. Fastball. And what a great play by Davy Johnson. Dives, gets the ball, and somehow from the ground gets the put out. So that's his 13th great play of the season. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We have 7 complete here in Los Angeles. And Las Vegas finds themselves at the short end of a 5-0 stick, courtesy of the Fighting Amish, who brought their churn handles today. Dusty Baker will lead things off for Lancaster, followed by Brooks Robinson and Mark Belanger. Dusty Baker having a superb day at the plate. He's 2-for-3. With 3 runs batted in on the game. Tex Houston, 114 pitches. He's good for 150. And again, staying pretty consistent with that fastball. The 1-0 delivery. Baker sends this one high to left. Anderson back on it. Plays the carom off the wall. Dusty Baker with the leadoff double. His 2nd double today and his 9th double of the season. 9th hit for Lancaster, and it brings up Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson was safe in a throwing error back in the 6th. That big error that allowed Justin Morneau to score run number 4 for Lancaster. Houston deals. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, base hit, laced to right. Anderson up with it. Rounding third is Dusty Baker, and there will be no throw home. Instead, they try to throw to second. They don't get Brooks Robinson. The runner scores, and it is now 6-0 here in the top of the 8th. Here's Belanger now. He's grounded out, doubled, and he has flown out. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, grounded to short. Boa up with it, looks Robinson back, and retires Belanger for out number 1. Davy Johnson, 0-for-3, struck out in the 7th. Sundberg sets the target. Houston deals. Curveball, and swing and a miss. And that is out number 2. Bernie's asking, where's the computer manager? I have no idea. All right, here's Paul Blair, 0-for-4. He has struck out 3 times and lined to second. The 1-2 pitch to Blair. Blair sends this one to left field. Brady Anderson tracks it down in the corner, and that's it. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Stars need to get something going, and quickly. They will send up Larry Boa, Jim Sundberg, and then Cesar Cedeno. Boa has struck out and grounded to first. The 1-0 pitch to Boa. This one, 2 hopper to second. Boa with good speed, but not quite enough. That was a nice room service bounce there for Davy Johnson. And here's Jim Sundberg. Fly to deep center and grounded to pitcher. Cuellar deals the 1-2. Sundberg pops this one behind the plate. Joe Mauer should be able to make this play easily, and indeed he does. So just 2 hits for the Las Vegas Stars. So where the manager is, we don't know, but it's going to be kind of hard for the manager to get these guys to hit. So both 2 strong teams here, and they're going to be tangling a lot more in the season. But again, pretty important game going on. And they should be meeting again, I believe, tomorrow, which should still be tonight. Cesar Cedeno, 0-for-3. He's flown out twice and struck out. Southpaw Cuellar with the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, grounder to Davy Johnson. Johnson, routine 4-3 put out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 9th. Lancaster 6, Las Vegas 0. All right, Steve Garvey is 1-for-4. So they're going to leave Tex Houston in, it looks like. Houston with the 0-2 delivery. Fastball cranked, and Garvey goes yard big time here in the 9th. And the Lancaster Fighting Amish just coming out like gangbusters tonight. It is now 7-0. So as Sean says, Sean making a comment about barn raising here. Here's Reggie Smith. Struck out twice. He is singled, and an RBI single in the 7th that scored Steve Garvey. All right. Houston deals. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Smith. Fastball, line to the right, and this one short hops Frank Robinson. Good job on Robinson to stay in front of that ball. It makes it to the wall. Reggie Smith picking up his 3rd hit of the day, and that's hit number 12 for Lancaster. So Lancaster has scored from the 6th to the 9th every inning, and then those 2 in the 4th. So Lancaster just coming out and playing some great baseball tonight and seeing Tex Houston very well. Houston trying to do his best with 7 strikeouts and a walk, but still the Amish are hitting them when they need to do it. The 3-1 pitch to Maurer. Fastball, fly ball center field. Cedeno making the running, diving catch on that one. So nice one. That's his 2nd great play today, although I don't think the first one was as great as this one. Anyhow, 1 away, and he almost doubles up Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith gets back. Here's Justin Morneau, 2 for 4. Tex Houston down deals. Morneau, first pitch swinging. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Cedeno has it, and Reggie Smith is going to stop at second. That's the 3rd hit for designated hitter Justin Morneau today. 1 away, here's Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker is 3 for 4 on the day. Dusty with a some RBI action as well. 3 of them, to be exact. Houston deals. Baker, first pitch swinging, lined right to Will Clark. Great play by Will Clark to pull that one down. That's definitely an extra bases job there. All right, 2 down now, and here's Brooks Robinson. RBI single back in the 8th. That scored Dusty Baker. Tex Houston with the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, grounder to 3rd, Longoria to Lopes in the short way, and that retires the side. But another run on 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Las Vegas down 7-0. Mike Cuellar looking for the complete 2-hit shutout. He's got to get past Will Clark, Brady Anderson, and Frank Robinson. Don't know where he is, Bernie. I really don't. Just downloaded the league. Not sure. I have no idea because I have the latest league file from you, so I'm not sure where it is. Have no idea, man. It's frustrating, I'm sure. All right, Cuellar deals. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball to Clark, and this one driven up the middle for a base hit. 3rd hit now for the Stars. And here comes Brady Anderson. Yeah, it could be earned runs. We'll have to see, Bernie. I know one of the runs was unearned, so I think somebody was talking about it being unearned runs because the pitcher's not allowing an unearned run. So it could be that. Not sure. But yeah, it was lost early. I mean, yeah. So even so, right? So let's even say at 4 runs, and that happened back in inning number 6. There were still 3 more runs unanswered by the Stars. I know it's frustrating, believe me. At least you're in contention, my friend. So there is that. All right. So Las Vegas has a chance to at least put a crooked number up here on the board as Mr. Brady Anderson comes in. Infield single back in the 7th. Will Clark off of first. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It looks like Juan Gonzalez will come in. Joe Mauer out to have a quick word with Mike Cuellar. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez, the 0-1. Gonzalez sends this to center field. Paul Blair tracks it down and makes the catch. 1 away now. Gonzalez was programmed to replace Bernie, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe talk to Steve Tate. All I did was download the league file, and I'm not sure what's going on, man. I really, really don't know. Frustrating, I know. It really is, man. If I programmed this game, I'd probably be able to tell you. So I'm not sure. You might want to, I guess, recheck the manager file or something. But again, I've added nothing. Just installed the season as we normally do. So I really don't know what's going on. I think for me, one of the advantages of doing another reason why I want to do out of the park baseball is there's no dealing with manager files. It's going to be a lot of work for everybody to set their managers as far as because it really breaks it down by game situation and stuff like that. But and people have chances every few weeks to work on the manager. But I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, Bernie, what's going on. It's kind of weird to see because I know the computer manager, for the most part, people have said have done pretty well for them, so or has done pretty well. All right, anyhow, Cuellar with the 2-0 delivery. Curveball, this one grounded to second, and they're not going to turn two. So Frank Robinson aboard in the fielder's choice, and it's down to Davey Lopes to try to keep this one going. But 0 for 3 for Lopes. Cuellar with the 1-0 delivery. Curveball, Lopes swings. This should be your ball game. Davey Johnson to Steve Garvey, and that is it. Lancaster takes this one from the Stars 7-0. Let's look at our recap here. So Lancaster improving to 21-15. Las Vegas falls to 18-16. So both teams still playing above 500 and definitely still in the hunt in this division. Steve Garvey for Lancaster goes 2 for 5 with a home run. Dusty Baker 3 for 5 with 3 runs batted in, and Justin Morneau 3 for 5 with a double. We had 1 home run in this game, and that was by Steve Garvey. Let's have a look at pitching here quickly, and then we're going to move on. Mike Cuellar went the distance, pitched a beautiful 3-hitter, walked 2, struck out 3. His ERA now at 2.18. Tex Houston goes the distance for Vegas, and despite striking out 7, there it is. So 5 earned runs, 7 runs, but 5 earned. So probably the manager, not sure about Gonzalez or what have you, but if the theory is true, Tex Houston didn't give up the because one of those runs was unearned in the 6th. So not sure what happened the rest of the way there, Bernie. This would be a good question for Steve. 7 strikeouts, and he walked 1. ERA 2.37, certainly nothing to sneeze at there. Guessing Dusty Baker is going to be the MVP, I guess. Although, Cuellar with a 3-hitter. Let's see. It's going to be Mike Cuellar. Ryan Braun, the injury was today only, so that's good. All right. All right, guys. Let's look at what else is on tap. All right, let's start with Hagerstown and Berlin. Hagerstown at 14-19, Berlin at 19-13. And here we go. Hagerstown edges Berlin 5-4. Parrott gets the win. Peterson takes the loss. Jackson 3 for 3, home run and a double. Carpathian in Chicago, first game of a doubleheader. And Carpathian 8, Chicago 4. John Candelaria gets the win, goes to 4-4. Mark Eichhorn takes the loss, goes to 2-1. Reese goes 1 for 1, hits a home run, 2 runs batted in. We'll just get the second game out of the way now. Carpathian sweeps a doubleheader 10-9. Kent DeCalvi gets the win. Hudson gets the loss. Boyer goes 3 for 4, including his 5th home run and a stolen base. Chico's and D-Gens. Chico's at 24-14. The D-Gens at 14-22. And this one belongs to the D-Gens. It's 6-3. Manzanillo gets the win. Alvarez takes the loss. Snuffy Sternweiss, the bane of many in the league, goes 2 for 3, hits his 8th home run, 2 runs batted in. Let's do the second game of that doubleheader right now. And they split the doubleheader. This time Chico's edging the D-Gens 6-5. Eller gets the win. Joss takes the loss. Holmes goes 3 for 4 and hits his 8th home run. We're going to save Canada and amazing. Let's go to Liverpool and Dallas, who we saw earlier on Bernie's channel. Another very important matchup here. Liverpool at 20-14, Dallas at 19-13. Liverpool wins this one 7-4. Christy Mathewson gets the win, goes to 8-3. Bill Deneen takes the loss and goes to 3-5. Guys, I will be right back. Now, sorry, guys, I'm back. All good. So Robert says that he is exhausted from the game he just did. Can imagine. Heard your games, Robert. All right, Cleveland and Lehigh. This is a big one here. So Cleveland at 17-15, Lehigh at 21-15. Cleveland is 4 games back. Lehigh 2 games back. All right, and here we go. And this is Lehigh's game, 9-4. So they do it with authority. Hands gets the win, goes to 4-4. Owen gets the loss, goes to 4-4. And Ken Caminiti goes 2 for 2, including a home run and 3 runs batted in. St. Pete and Tampa Bay. So both these teams below 500. Tampa Bay just below 500. In fact, Tampa Bay now at 500 takes care of St. Pete 6-2. Sandy Koufax gets the win. And there's Robert, one of Robert's favorite pitchers, if not next to Tom Seaver, I suppose. Red Faber takes the loss. Bobby Grits goes 4 for 4 with a home run. Long Island and Manchester. So Long Island coming in this game at 10-22. Manchester at 20-13. Manchester and Liverpool tied for first in the Earth Division. And Manchester takes this one from Long Island, 6-4. Southern gets the win. Santana gets the loss. Stan Musial goes 2 for 4, hitting his 6th home run. 3 runs batted in. Manchester now in sole possession of first place. Let's do Florence and Hadley Lake. Hadley Lake dispatches Florence 6-5. Rube Waddell gets the win, improves to 6-2. Mickey Lulich gets the loss, goes to 5-3. So Dwight Gooden is your favorite pitcher. All right, Robert. Well, thank you for that information. Sanders goes 3 for 3 with 2 home runs and 2 runs batted in. And no, I haven't forgotten Canada and amazing. All right, San Francisco and T-ville. San Francisco edges T-ville 5-4. All right. Kumbe gets the win. Bolin takes the loss. Youkilis goes 2 for 4 and hits his 4th home run of the season. Edmonton at Mid-Michigan. And Mid-Michigan dispatches Edmonton 6-2. Bob Gibson gets the win. He goes to 5-4. Royals. Walt gets the loss. 0-7. Ouch. Bonds goes 4 for 4 with a double. Hagerstown, Maryland. Or Hagerstown, Berlin. I'm sorry. Hagerstown taking care of Berlin this time, 8-4. Sam Lever gets the win. Roy Halladay the loss. Fred Clark goes 2 for 5, hits his 8th home run, and 2 runs batted in. And then Canada and amazing. And Canada absolutely wallops amazing 10-1. Alexander gets the win, goes to 6-1. Jackson takes the loss, goes to 3-3. Ken Boyer goes 2 for 3, hits his 4th home run, 3 runs batted in. Moving on to Saturday, the 17th. And let me see. We're gonna just auto Carpathian and Amazing, obviously, since we don't do our own games. And Carpathian defeats Amazing 6-4. Takovi gets the win. Madison takes the loss. Mike Napoli goes 3 for 4 and hits his 1st home run, has 2 runs batted in. Since we've just seen Lancaster, but Lancaster Hadley Lake could be a good one, but we have just seen Lancaster. Let's see if we have anything else here that's kind of remotely competitive, and really it isn't. So we may do Lancaster Hadley Lake or not sure yet. T-ville and Lehigh. Here we go. Lehigh shuts out T-ville 3-0. Max Lanier gets the win. Carl Mays takes the loss. Lanier improves to 6-2. Carl Mays falls to 2-8. Cooper 2 for 3 with his 5th home run, 2 runs batted in. Yeah, I usually don't do my own anyhow, Mike, regardless. Long Island and Dallas. Dallas looking for a win here over Long Island at 10-23. Dallas at 19-14. Dallas edges Long Island 5-4. So Dallas with the win. Let's see, what do they do here? So Dallas just a game back in 3rd place and a half game behind Liverpool, who's in 2nd. All right. Hagerstown and the Manchester Red Bolts. And Hagerstown edges Manchester So there we go. Now we have a two-way tie in the Earth Division. Each team at 21-14. Lou Burdett gets the win. Hoffman takes the loss. And Eddie Matthews goes 3 for 4 for Hagerstown with a double. Liverpool and Berlin. So Liverpool looking at a tough Berlin team. And actually, now looking at the standings, I think that's the game we'll do. So Lancaster, Hadley Lake. Again, these guys above 500s. Both, they're all in the race. But I think we'll do Liverpool, Berlin as the second and final game of this doubleheader. Florence and Mid-Michigan. Mid-Michigan trounces Florence 7-2. Mid-Michigan improves to 20-16. Ernie Burlow gets the win. Wilson takes the loss. Bonds 1 for 3, including his 7th home run and 3 runs batted in that game. And Vegas looking to bounce back from the earlier loss tonight. They'll be playing Edmonton here. And Vegas shuts out Edmonton 4-0. Singer picks up the win, goes to 3-3. Cardwell gets the loss, goes to 2-4. And Robinson goes 2 for 4, including his 5th home run. And a stolen base. Lancaster and Hadley Lake. Lancaster edges Hadley Lake 7-6. Leonard gets the win. Cooper takes the loss. Justin Morneau goes 2 for 3. Home run, 3 runs batted in. So that leaves Liverpool and Berlin. And then we're just going to sim out what would be Sunday the 18th. And then whoever's going next at some point will do it. All right. So we got 11 people watching, 13 people watching. Thank you to the community for showing support to this creation of Steve Tate and Big Clue, the Fields of Dreams Baseball League, which has been a lot of fun. 24 owners. If anybody's interested in joining, anybody that catches this later after the broadcast, do reach out. We'd certainly be glad to, more the merrier as far as owners go. Before we continue, though, let's look at some highlights just very, very quickly. May 16th and 17th stand out. So Bill Dineen for Dallas, in 8 2/3 innings pitched, struck out 12. Also on May 16th, Chicago wraps out 16 hits, as did Canada on the same day. So 16 hits, so a couple hit machines there. On May 16th, Rube Waddell for Hadley Lake in 8 innings struck out 15. And I always smile and see Rube Waddell doing exactly what he did best in the dead ball era and doing a cross era, mowing down 15. And Florida in a game on May 16th struck out 17 times. Florence, poor Florence. Sandy Koufax for Tampa in 9 innings, 2 earned runs, the left arm of God, 13 strikeouts, did not walk a batter. Lehigh on May 16th stole 5 bases. On May 17th, for Vegas, Bill Singer in 9 innings pitched, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, only walked 1. And finally, Max Lanier for the Lehigh Lizards, 9 innings pitched on May 17th. And it was a shutout, 6 strikeouts, no walks. So good stuff. And now we go Liverpool and Berlin, and we're going to play this one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, we will. All right, so we're at a different Yankee Stadium here. Nice. And let's play. All right. The Liverpool Baseball Club. So I have no idea who's doing what here, so we'll do this first. Okay, so Eddie Plank. Your opponents. All right. So let me see. Okay, I see no asterisks here for Berlin, so we're going to go with that. And let's get back to. There we go. All right. Oops, sorry. One of those nights, gents. One of those nights. Who's the starting pitcher here tonight? So Jimmy Key. All right. And nothing here for Liverpool either. See what we got here. Computer versus left. I don't know if that differs anything from the computer lineup or not. Oh, it does. All right. So here we go. Liverpool in first place. And let's start this game. Oh, both teams must select a starting pitcher. My goodness gracious. So picky. There we go. All right. The Bronx is up and the battery's down and people riding a hole in the ground. Welcome to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for this game between Liverpool and Berlin. Liverpool on a 5-game win streak, and they have won 9 of their last 10. Gettysburg Eddie Plank will make the start for the Liverpool Baseball Club. This will be his first start against Berlin, and he's opposed by Jimmy Key for Berlin. Jimmy Key with 5 starts in the year, and he's 2-2 with an earned run average of 2.43. This will be his first start against the Liverpool Baseball Club. We have light rain falling here in the Bronx, 70 degrees, and the wind speed is 7 miles per hour left to right. So should be a good matchup. Jimmy Key at 2-2 with a 2.43 earned run average, and Eddie Plank 4-4, 3.03. Play ball. Looking at the starting lineup for the Berlin White Sox, and left field, we have Roy White. In center, Bernie Williams. Bernie Williams back home. In right field, Paul O'Neill. First base, Roy Sievers. At second, Nellie Fox. At short, Luis Aparicio. At the hot corner, Wade Boggs. Catching tonight, the great Thurman Munson. And Jimmy Key takes the mound. Curt Flood will lead things off, followed by Adrian Beltre and Jim Northrup for the Liverpool Baseball Club. All right. Let's get this party started. The count full on Curt Flood as Jimmy Key, the lefty, delivers. Fastball to Flood. And that one in there for strikeout and out number 1. So here's Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, hitting .280. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. David Lando, welcome to Yankee Stadium. Jimmy Key with the 2-2 pitch. And this one grounded to Aparicio. Aparicio will go to Sievers for the out. So 2 up, 2 down now. Brings up Jim Northrup. And we're going to go ahead and change one option in here. And we're going to do computer for Berlin. There we go. All right. Jimmy Key deals. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Northrup with 2 down and laces one to right for a base hit. Paul O'Neill up with it and gets it into Nellie Fox. Northrup aboard. 2 down for Rafael Palmeiro, assuming DH duties here, hitting .304. 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in for the Viagra answer man, Mr. Rafael Palmeiro. The 1-2 pitch to Palmeiro. Cuts on this fastball, high drive to right, and that one caught in the corner, and that is out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We head to the bottom of the first inning here in the Bronx. Liverpool nothing, and the Berlin White Sox coming to bat. The Lederhosen themselves. All right, anyhow, looking at the starting defense here for Liverpool, as John Lennon would have called it. In left field, Jim Northrup. In center, Curt Flood. And right, Jackie Jensen. Bernie mentioning that Jackie Jensen, perhaps the only athlete in history to have played both in the Rose Bowl and in the World Series. So thank you to Bernie Strom for that one from his broadcast earlier. Joey Votto at first, Joe Morgan at second, Lou Boudreau at short, Adrian Beltre at third, Mike Piazza wearing the tools of ignorance behind the plate. Eddie Plank to face Nellie Fox here to start things off. Fox hitting .242 with 7 runs batted in. Gettysburg Eddie, lefty-lefty matchup here, deals the 1-2 pitch to Fox. Fastball, high fly ball, center field, routine play for Curt Flood out there for out number 1. Curt Flood, much like Paul Blair, excellent range, superb arm. Here's Bernie Williams batting righty against the lefty Eddie Plank. Williams hitting a .217 clip with 2 runs batted in. Plank deals. Here's the 1-2. Curveball. And this one driven to right. Base hit. Jackie Jensen and Curt Flood converging, but Jensen getting to the ball, getting it back in there to Joe Morgan at second. So Bernie Williams aboard for Paul O'Neill. Bernie Williams with 16 steals last year and 1 steal thus far this year. Paul O'Neill hitting .241 with 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Eddie Plank throws over. Bernie Williams back ahead of the tag. 1-2 pitch. Fastball to O'Neill. Swing and a miss. So 2 out. Eddie Plank picks up the strikeout. And here's first baseman Roy Sievers hitting just .167. He has a home run and 6 runs batted in. Eddie Plank winds and deals. There goes Bernie Williams. The throw down by Piazza. The slide. And when the dust settles, there's Bernie Williams with stolen base number 2. So Berlin with a potential go-ahead run in scoring position, 2 down, bottom of the first. Roy Sievers back in the box, and the 1-0 delivery from Eddie Plank to Sievers. Fastball, base hit over Boudreau into left field. Bernie Williams rounding third, and he will score the first run. Berlin out to a 1-0 lead. All right, here's the original Frank Thomas. Thomas hitting .226 with 4 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Sievers on at first. Let's look at if he's any threat to steal. None whatsoever. Eddie Plank deals. Here's the 0-2. Fastball in there for the second strikeout and the second out. But 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We've played 1 complete. It's Berlin 1 and Liverpool nothing. Joe Morgan will lead it off here. Mike Piazza and Joey Votto for the Liverpool Baseball Club here in the top of the second. Field of Dreams baseball leg. Light rain continuing to fall here in the Bronx, but really nothing of any consequences. The umpires keeping a weather eye on it, if you will. Little Joe hitting a healthy .284 with 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in, batting in the 5 slot here. Jimmy Key deals. The 0-2 pitch to Morgan. Fastball, routine fly ball to right, and Paul O'Neill gloves it for out number 1. All right, Mike Piazza. Piazza hitting .244. He's gone yard 3 times. Has batted in 13. Jimmy Key into the wind. 0-2 pitch. Change up. This one laced to left. Base hit. So Piazza aboard. These teams tied in hits now. And brings up Joey Votto, future Hall of Famer. Votto hitting .289. 7 home runs. 29 runs batted in for Joey. All right. So they're not platooning Joey Votto against the lefty Jimmy Key. Here's the pitch to Votto. Votto swinging on this fastball first pitch. Easy fly ball out to Paul O'Neill. Piazza gets back to first. So 2 away and a runner on. And here's Jackie Jensen. Jackie Jensen hitting .213, 5 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Bats from the right-hand side. The 1-2 pitch to Jensen. Fastball cut on, lined right back to Jimmy Key, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. The White Sox won, and the creatively named baseball club, nothing. All right, brings up Wade Boggs. So Boggsy comes in, bats left, and how's Boggs doing this year? Hitting .282 with 4 runs batted in. Eddie Plank ready to deal. The 1-2 pitch to Boggs. Fastball. And this one grounder between third and short into left field for a base hit. So Wade Boggs aboard, and it brings up Roy White, switch hitter, batting right against the lefty Eddie Plank. Roy White hitting just .167 for the Berlin White Sox with 3 runs batted in. Good crowd here tonight in Yankee Stadium despite the bit of a drizzle. 0-2 pitch to White. Spitball. Base hit left field. Boggs rounds second, and he will hold there as Northrop gets the ball in quickly to shortstop Lou Boudreau. So 2 on, nobody out for Little Louie. Luis Aparicio hitting just .189. 5 runs batted in for Aparicio. Eddie Plank deals. Here's the 0-1. Fastball bunted out in front of the plate. Piazza pounces on it, fires on to Joe Morgan, covering on the play. 1 away, and the runners advance. Wade Boggs at third, Roy White trailing him at second. And here's the catcher, Thurman Munson. Thurman Munson hitting .221, 6 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Eddie Plank from the stretch. And this one line to right, base hit, and Boggs will score on the play. Roy White will hold third. Runners at the corners, 1 away, 2-0. White Sox lead, 1 run in each of these first 2 innings. Brings up Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox hitting .239, 7 runs batted in. So the owner of this team, a big White Sox fan, and of course Nellie Fox, very much beloved of that White Sox franchise. Eddie Plank from the stretch in the 1-0. Spitball lined right to Joe Morgan. Great play, speared that one out of the air. 7th grade play for little Joe in the season. 2 down now for Bernie Williams. We're back, or at the number 2 slot again here, I should say. Singled back in the first. So 5 hits for these White Sox thus far. Eddie Plank brings it from the stretch in the 0-2. Spitball gets away from Mike Piazza, and they are going to score that one. A wild pitch on Eddie Plank. So a gift, and the White Sox now have 3. Good evening to Legend Sports Universe. Legends premiered a game earlier tonight. Season 3 of the the Franchise Stars Baseball League. All right, Bernie Williams 1-for-1 back in the box. Thurman Munson at second, moving up on that wild pitch. Eddie Plank deals the 1-2, and this one high, but not deep enough. Jensen at the foul line makes the catch in right field. However, 2 runs, one of them unearned, on 3 hits, no errors. We've played 2, the Berlin White Sox 3, and the Liverpool Baseball Club nothing. Lou Boudreau will lead things off here in the back of the top of the order. Curt Flood and Adrian Beltre for the Liverpool Baseball Club. Lou Boudreau hitting .316, a home run, 7 runs batted in. Oh, yeah, I just, it's kind of my choice not to do so anyhow, Steve, but thank you very much, and welcoming in Steve Tate. So we have both commissioners here tonight. All right. So Jimmy Key to deal now. Here's the 1-0 to Boudreau, and this one, line drive up the middle. Nellie Fox just couldn't get the leather down on it, and Bernie Williams firing into Luis Aparicio. Boudreau aboard at first. Not a threat to steal. Curt Flood, 0-for-1. We're back at the top of the order for the Liverpool Baseball Club, and Curt Flood struck out his last time up. Boudreau conservative lead at first. Key check of the runner. Count full on Flood. Fastball and a balk called on Jimmy Key, and Lou Boudreau will take second. So perhaps a little break here for Liverpool. 3-0 your score, nobody out. And Jimmy Key questioning the umpire, asking what happened there, what happened. And the man in blue seems to signal that Key, there's a little bit of a hesitation there in the windup or some sort of thing. We can't really read what they're saying, but the umpire just signals for play to continue. Jimmy Key tossing the rosin bag, climbs the mound. The count full on Curt Flood. Curveball. This one grounded hard to short. Aparicio with great range, making the play. Moving to third on the play is Lou Boudreau, 1 away. So Liverpool looking to put a little bit of something else besides the goose egg up here in the top of the third. Brings up Adrian Beltre, who grounded to short back in the first. Key from the stretch in the 0-1. Curveball, this one grounded to first, and coming home on the play will be Boudreau. So Liverpool indeed gets on the board. It's 3-1, but 2 away, bases empty for Jim Northrup. Northrup 1-for-1, singled back in the first. The lefty waits for Key's delivery. Here it comes. Count even at 2. Change up in there. Strike 3. Jimmy Key picks up his second strikeout, but a run scores for Liverpool on 1 hit. There were no errors. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's Berlin 3 and Liverpool 1. Paul O'Neill will start things off here. Paul O'Neill struck out back in the first against Eddie Plank. Eddie Plank has fan 2 in this game. The lefty deals. 1-2 pitch. Fastball skied to left, and Northrup short of the track brings it down for out number 1. Receivers 1-for-1. RBI single that scored Bernie Williams back in the first, making it Berlin 1, Liverpool 0. Plank with a 1-0. Fastball. This one smacked to center field, and Curt Flood ranges to his left and brings it down. So 2 up, 2 down now for Frank Thomas, who struck out back in the first. Eddie Plank, the 0-1. Change up to Thomas. Long fly ball to left, but not deep enough. Northrup backpedals a few steps and makes the catch for a quiet inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the fourth at Yankee Stadium. The score, Berlin 3, Liverpool 1. Cole Hamels and Sherry McGee gave Yoko a happy birthday present, says Legend Sports Universe. Rafael Palmeiro will lead it off. Joe Morgan and Mike Piazza do up the number 4, 5, 6 hitters for Liverpool. Palmeiro fly deep down the right field line. Jimmy Key with the 1-0 delivery. Fastball, base hit up the middle. So Palmeiro aboard, and that will bring up Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan, nothing for 1. Fly to shallow right back in the second. Palmeiro leads off first. Key with a check of the runner, sets and fires the 0-1 to Morgan. Change up, Joe Morgan, high fly ball center field. Bernie Williams calling for it and making the catch. So 1 down, Palmeiro gets back to first for Mike Piazza now. Piazza grounded between third and short back in the second. Munson sets up. Key delivers the 0-1 pitch. And there goes Rafael Palmeiro. This one fouled back behind the plate. Munson will run out of real estate on this one. Count, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the delivery by Jimmy Key. Piazza straightens this one out. Long high fly ball to left field. Kiss it goodbye, as Bob Prince would say. Mike Piazza with a 2-run shot. And here in the top of the fourth inning, we are knotted at 3. All right. Joey Votto now nothing for 1. 2 tough ball clubs locking up here tonight. That home run, 336 feet. Joey Votto flied to right back in the second. Munson sets the target. Jimmy Key winds and fires the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, long fly ball to right, and this one off the wall. Votto digging for 2, and he's got it easily as O'Neill playing it off the bounce there. So Joey Votto with his 8th double of the season. 1 away, and Liverpool making a lot of noise here. It brings up Jackie Jensen. Jackie Jensen lined back to Jimmy Key in the second. Key checks Votto at second and brings it home. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Jensen swings. This one will stay in the park. Bernie Williams trots in, makes the catch. Votto tags, and he will hold second. 2 away now. Shortstop Lou Boudreau, Hall of Famer, lined to signal to center back in the third. Digging in. Look at determination on Boudreau's face, wanting to keep this going and get a lead here for Liverpool. Jimmy Key deals the count even at 2. Fastball swung on. Room service grounder to Nellie Fox, who fires onto Roy Sievers for the final out of the inning. But 2 runs for Liverpool and 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth here at Yankee Stadium, and we are all tied up at 3. Wade Boggs. The number 6, 7, 8 hitters do up. Boggs, White, and Aparicio. Wade Boggs 1 for 1 in the contest. He's grounded a single between third and short. Again, just a light little drizzle falling here in the Bronx. The lefty waits for southpaw delivery. Lefty here. 0-2. Curveball to Boggs. Routine grounder. And score that one 4-3. Morgan to Votto for out number 1. Roy White now. He is 1 for 1 in this game. Singled back in the second. Piazza sets the target. Eddie Plank lets it go. White, first pitch swinging, drills this one to center field, and Flood plays it quickly off the wall. Roy White with his 5th double of the season, and Berlin looking to answer that top of the fourth here in the bottom of the fourth and break open the game a little bit, break up this tie. Here's Luis Aparicio. Aparicio sacrificed back in the second. Eddie Plank with the 1-1 delivery to Aparicio. Aparicio swings in the curveball. Flood coming in and to his right makes the catch. Roy White not going to run on that arm. So 2 down. Berlin looks like it might be wasting a chance here. Thurman Munson, RBI single that scored Wade Boggs in the second, giving Berlin at that time a 2-0 lead. Plank deals. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Change up to Munson, and this should end the inning. High bouncer to Beltre at third. Pulls it down. This will be close, and Munson will beat it out. So kind of a tough play there for Adrian Beltre, the strong throw, but Munson able to get to first. So it's an infield hit. Number 7, 7th hit for these Berlin White Sox. Runners at the corners, Roy White at third, Thurman Munson at first. As Steve says, this is another game where MV would love to see both teams lose. Nellie Fox, nothing for 2. He's fly to center and line to second. Plank from the stretch and the 1-2 delivery. Curveball to Fox. Grounder to second. Morgan will go to Boudreau to get Munson to retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors. We've played 4. We're knotted at 3. Berlin allowing a pretty good opportunity to go by the wayside. So fun sort of mirror line score here for Liverpool 0-0-1-2 and for the Berlin White Sox 1-2-0-0. So kind of fun there. All right. Brings up Curt Flood now. We're back at the top of the order for Liverpool. Adrian Beltre and Jim Northrup. Flood in the game has struck out and grounded to short. Jimmy Key thus far has struck out 2 batters. 2-1 delivery, fastball, and this one laced to left. This one past Luis Aparicio. Roy White up with it, gets it into Aparicio, and Curt Flood is aboard. 1 stolen base thus far this year. Adrian Beltre now. Grounded out to first has scored Lou Boudreau back in the 3rd, giving Berlin a 3-1 lead at that time. Jimmy Key checks the runner, the 2-1 pitch. There goes Curt Flood. The throw down by Munson, not in time. Curt Flood picks up stolen base number 2. In the season from which he was drafted, Curt Flood stole a total of 9 bases. All right. Adrian Beltre back in the box. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Beltre. Curveball. Cut on and missed. So 1 away for Jim Northrup now. Northrup 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out in the contest. 3-3 your score here. 3-7-0 for each club. The only difference is that Berlin has stranded 4 runners, Liverpool 3. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, and this one gets away from Munson. That one in the dirt, but Flood will not advance. So good play there by Thurman Munson to keep that ball from rolling to the backstop. Count at 2-1. Curveball, Northrup swings, fly ball, high fly ball to center. Williams has it. Flood tags the throw, strong throw, but Boggs tagged just a millisecond too late. Curt Flood at 3rd base. So the potential tiebreaker 90 feet away, and here's Rafael Palmeiro. Palmeiro singled back in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. Key from the stretch in the 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Palmeiro swings, and this one drilled to right, and that will break the tie. Curt Flood will come in to score. Palmeiro will have 2. So RBI double that scores Curt Flood, and Liverpool jumps out to a 4-0 lead. Second double for Palmeiro in the season. Joe Morgan, 0 for 2. Morgan has flown out twice, 2 away. Palmeiro at second. They're looking for insurance here. The 1-2 pitch, fastball, not going to happen this time. Joe Morgan looks at a call, strike 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in the Bronx. Liverpool leads Berlin 4-3. Bernie Williams, Paul O'Neill, and Roy Sievers, the number 2, 3, 4 hitters, due up for the White Sox. Bernie Williams, last time up, flied out down the shallow right field line. Correction, the Jackson Jensen trivia says Bernie, but Jensen was the first. Okay, so Chuck Esigian, there's a nice Armenian name for you, was the only other player to play in the Rose Bowl and the Super Bowl. All right, thank you, Bernie, for that little update. All right, Eddie Plank to deal now to Bernie Williams. The 1-2 pitch, fastball in there on the outside corner, and Eddie Plank fans his 3rd. Paul O'Neill is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. The 1-2 pitch to O'Neill, fastball, routine. And actually, Jackie Jensen coming in there a little bit and making the running catch. So 2 away for Roy Sievers. RBI back in the 1st to score Bernie Williams, and he's flown out. The 1-2 pitch to Sievers, fastball swung on, long fly ball down the left field line, but this one goes to die in the glove. Sorry, here had a little bit of a in the field in the glove of Jim Northrup. So yes, I guess looks like Al Downing will come in to pitch for Berlin. And let's look at Al Downing's numbers here in the season. 3.93 earned on average, no wins, 1 loss, 18 1/3 pitched. He's given up 16 hits, 3 home runs, walked 10, struck out 8. Downing with a whip of 1.418, and the league hitting 242 against him. All right, the lefty's finished, and he's ready to go against Mike Piazza, who's a perfect 2 for 2 today. Last time up, hit that 2-run shot that tied the game at that point. Downing deals the 0-2 pitch. Curveball to Piazza, long fly ball center field. Bernie Williams tracking it back on the track, makes the catch. 1 out now for Joey Votto. Votto 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. Downing deals. Votto swings in this fastball, shallow right field. Paul O'Neill runs in and makes the catch. So 2 away now for Jackie Jensen, who's 0 for 2, lined out and flown out. Count full on Jensen, swings in this fastball, fly ball center field. Bernie Williams has it measured up and makes the catch short of the track. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th we go. And we're in the second game of the doubleheader here. And it's Liverpool 4, Berlin 3. Frank Thomas leads things off here. The number 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Berlin. Frank Thomas is struck out and flied to deep left. Eddie Plank with a 3-1 delivery to Thomas. Changeup missing. Piazza not liking the call, but the umpire just ignoring him completely. All right, Eddie Plank giving up his first walk of the night, and it brings up Wade Boggs, who's 1 for 2. And MV, as usual, your name was invoked, and here you are. So welcome in, MV. Watching Liverpool and Berlin in a good tight ball game, 4-3. Wade Boggs 1 for 2, singled back in the second, grounded to second in the 4th. Frank Thomas at first. Eddie Plank brings it home. Here's the 0-1. And Boggs bunts. Votto will go to Morgan. So sacrifice successful. Frank Thomas moves into scoring position for Roy White, who is 2 for 2 on the day. So single and a double. Plank deals. Here's the 3-1 to White. Fastball, and that fastball misses down and away. Roy White draws the walk. That's the second walk issued by Eddie Plank. And here's Luis Aparicio. Flew out his last time up. The 1-2 pitch to Aparicio. Curveball, cut on. Should be routine play for Kurt Flood in center field. Indeed it is. Thomas will tag and hold at second. So 2 away, 2-1. Thurman Munson 2 for 2 in the game. RBI back in the second that scored Wade Boggs, and an infield single in the 4th. That was that high hopper to Adrian Beltre. Eddie Plank winds and deals. Here's the 3-1 fastball, and fastball misses, and the bases are loaded. All right, so this time Berlin hoping not to waste an opportunity. Eddie Plank up to 102 pitches. Plank good for 150. Nellie Fox is 0 for 3. Flown out, ground out. He's flown out, lined out, and grounded out. All right. Thomas at third, White at second, Munson at first. Eddie Plank works out of the stretch. The 3-0 fastball to Nellie Fox, and that one misses. Thomas will come in, walking home, and this game is now tied at 4. We've got a good one going on here, baseball fans. Bernie Williams batting with the bases loaded here. It is 1 for 3. Bernie struck out back in the 5th. Dangerous bat up there. Piazza out to have a quick word with the Pennsylvania native. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Fastball. Williams drills this back to Plank, who can't hold on to the ball. They're going to score that one. An error on Eddie Plank, and a run comes in, and Berlin now jumps into the lead. It is 5-4. Bases are still loaded, and here comes Paul O'Neill. Has a grand slam in the season. O'Neill in tonight's contest is 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and struck out. Yeah, interesting, huh? Sometimes those low draft picks, as Bernie says, that Piazza was the 1,390th player drafted in the 1998 Major League Draft. Can't imagine 1,389 better players than he was that year. Piazza in the Hall of Fame, and I would wager that more than half of those guys ended up somewhere. Calling baseball games on YouTube. Actually, I am one of those. No. All right, so here's Paul O'Neill. Bases juiced. The 2-2 pitch to O'Neill. Change up. Boudreau to Morgan. And wow, Liverpool gets out of a really scary situation. But 2 runs on no hits and 1 error. 6 in the books. And it's the Berlin White Sox 5 and the Liverpool Baseball Club 4. And Don Mattingly will come in to play first base. Jim Landis will come in to play center field for the Berlin White Sox. And there's Chris Slovic. Welcome in, my good friend. It is good to see you. And good morning to you over there in Islamabad. All right, so Chris Slovic's going to be starting a interesting baseball tournament, all 500 teams. So 500, even wins, losses throughout baseball history, and out of the park 25. All right, Lou Boudreau will lead things off here. Then we swing around to the top of the order, and Curt Flood and Adrian Beltre. Lou Boudreau with a single, and he is grounded out. Al Downing staying on in the game here. He's pitched an inning in relief. The lefty deals, the 1-2 pitch, fastball. This one drove to left, base hit. White quickly getting to the ball. So Boudreau holding at first and brings up Curt Flood now, 1 for 3. Last time up, he singled. Curt Flood also with a stolen base in this game. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, and Flood gets a bunt down. That's a good one. Boggs will go to first. Nellie Fox covering on that wheel play, and Boudreau will move into scoring position. So Liverpool looking to tie things up here in the 7th. 5-4 your score. Back now with back to game action here with Adrian Beltre. Beltre struck out back in the 5th. So Chris says he's doing all 162 games. Top 5 make the playoffs. League winner gets the bye to the League Championship Series best of 9. Other 4 have to play off to play the league winner in the League Championship Series, then a best of 9 World Series. Awesome, Chris. All right. Looking forward. Everybody doing amazing things. What a great community this is. All right. Al Downing ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Beltre, first pitch swinging. Hard ground ball to Aparicio, ranging to his right, fires onto Don Mattingly. Looking Boudreau back in the process. 2 away. Liverpool really, really wants to tie this one up here. And here comes Jim Northrup. So Northrup 1 for 3 in the game. Al Downing, count full, and Northrup fastball misses. So Downing, could this come back and bite him in the bum? Here comes Rafael Palmeiro, who's 2 for 3 in the day. So you didn't want to lose Northrup right there. And it was an RBI double for Rafael Palmeiro back in the 5th that gave Liverpool a 4-3 lead at the time. Lefty digs in against lefty. Downing has the sign from Munson. Here is the 3-1. Fastball to Palmeiro, and this one is just gone. So a 3-run homer by Palmeiro, and indeed it comes bite to back old Big Al in the bum, and Liverpool now reclaims the lead. It is 7-5. That shot by Palmeiro, 321 feet. 2 out now as Joe Morgan comes to the plate. Morgan, 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and struck out. The 1-1 pitch to Morgan. Change up, swung on, and grounder, 1 batter too late for the 3rd out. 7th inning stretch. It is Liverpool 7 and Berlin 5. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. So far, Berlin, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 4 left on. For Liverpool. For Berlin, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. Eddie Plank up to 116 pitches. The report up here in the booth is that Plank is looking strong. Don Mattingly will lead things off here. Donnie Baseball making his first appearance at the plate tonight. Donnie Baseball hitting .247 with 9 runs batted in. So Mattingly in the box against Plank, and here we go. The 2-0 delivery to Mattingly. Fastball, Mattingly swings, big league pop-up. Joe Morgan waving off Boudreau, and he will pull it down for out number 1. Frank Thomas now 0-2. Nathaniel Lentz joining us here at Yankee Stadium for the nightcap of this twin bill. How you doing, Nathaniel? Hopefully you're doing well. All right, Thomas 0-2. Walked his last time up. Eddie Plank deals. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. And this one, paint the black. So that's strikeout number 4 for Gettysburg, Eddie. 2 away, and Wade Boggs will have a go now. 1-2, and a sacrifice. Plank with the 0-2 delivery. Spitball grounded deep to short. Boudreau backs up a few paces, has it, fires onto Joey Votto. Side retired. We head to the 8th. Liverpool maintaining the 7-5 lead. Good back and forth game here. Mike Piazza, 2 for 3 for Liverpool, will start things off in the number 6 slot here for Liverpool. 2-run homer that tied the game back in the 4th by Mike Piazza. Al Downing staying on in relief. Here's the 1-0. Fastball grounded deep to short. Aparicio makes it look easy. Fires on to Mattingly for out number 1. Here's Joey Votto, who is 1 for 3. Joey with a double back in the 4th. Last time up, he flew out to shallow center. Count at 2-2. This one a slow roller to Nellie Fox, who has to range in pretty far, but makes a nice, easy underhanded toss. Finally to Don Mattingly. So Fox out there. This Berlin team very, very, very strong up the middle. Aparicio and Fox each a 10 rated at their position, and Landis a 10 rated center fielder. And a 10 rated catcher, so that's what you want, straight up the middle like that. All right, Jackie Jensen, 0-3. He's lined out and flown out twice. Downing's 0-2 delivery to Jensen. Fastball, room service bounce to Boggs, but yes, they get him by a gnat's eyelash. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Liverpool 7 and Berlin 5. So as Sean says, a decent Palmeiro in the league, crushing it. All right, MV rooting for Clue here in this game. All right, Roy White to face Eddie Plank, followed by Luis Aparicio and Thurman Munson. White in the game is a perfect 2 for 2. He also has a walk. Gettysburg Eddie with the 1-0 pitch. Curveball. And this one, a 3-hopper to third. Beltre fields it cleanly onto Joey Votto for the 5-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down. Luis Aparicio, 0-2. Eddie Plank with a 2-1. Fastball, base hit, left field. Northrup comes up with the ball. Aparicio will hold first, but Aparicio, serious speed. 9 steals in this season and 51 steals from the season from which he was drafted. Thurman Munson, 2 for 2. So the tying run on first, the potential tying run on first in the speedy Luis Aparicio. Thurman Munson walked his last time up. Eddie Plank throws over. Aparicio just gets back. Good move by Plank to first. Votto with a quick swipe tag, but Aparicio able to get in there on the bag. 0-1. There goes Aparicio. Hit and run was on. Great play by Boudreau. Diving stop, able to throw out Munson at first. Aparicio will make second. Third great play in the season for Lou Boudreau. All right, brings up Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox, 0-3. He walked in that bases loaded situation that allowed Frank Thomas to score. All right. Runner on second, 2 away. And the potential tying run at the plate, and Nellie Fox. The count 2-2. Fastball, fly ball to shallow center field. Kurt Flood covers the acreage and makes the catch. No run, 1 hit, no errors. We head to the 9th. Liverpool with a 2-run lead, 7-5 over Berlin, and it brings up Lou Boudreau, Kurt Flood, and Adrian Beltre. When we go to the White Sox, when we go to the Berlin 9th, it'll be Landis, O'Neill, and Mattingly. Lou Boudreau 2 for 3 in the game, singled his last time up. Al Downing stays on in relief. The count full, and Boudreau change up in there. And that will be all for Al Downing as Catfish Hunter will come in to pitch. All right, looking at Hunter's numbers right now for the season, nothing. So I guess Catfish hasn't been doing much. So from the season from which he was drafted, Catfish Hunter, a 4.71 earned run average, 9 wins, 9 losses. He walked 47, struck out 52. All right. So Catfish Hunter will now face Curt Flood with 1 away. Curt Flood 1 for 3. 1-2 pitch, curveball, roller to third, and Boggs with the toss onto Mattingly. So 2 away now for Adrian Beltre. Beltre grounded short his last time up. Nothing for 4. Catfish Hunter with the 0-1 fastball, fly ball to right, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Eddie Plank looks like he's tiring out there. Liverpool leads Berlin 7-5. Jim Landis, the center fielder, will lead things off here, followed by Paul O'Neill and Don Mattingly. Landis, making his first plate appearance tonight, is hitting 200 in the season with 11 runs batted in. Tex Aggs joining us here at Yankee Stadium for game number 2 in this doubleheader. Eddie Plank deals. Landis swings. Grounder to third. Beltre up with a close play at first, and Landis, they get him by a blade of grass. One down here in the bottom of the 9th, and it brings up Paul O'Neill, a disappointing 0 for 4 for O'Neill. Plank gutting it out here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball to right, and that is out number 2. Nice catch there by Jackie Jensen. It's down to Don Mattingly to try to get things going here for Berlin. This has been a good ball game, though. Mattingly popped to second back in the 7th. Eddie Plank up. It looks like they're going to go to the bullpen, and Danny Tartabull will come in and try to shut, or Danny Tartabull will come off the bench to pinch hit, and to no avail. Liverpool wins a good one here against the White Sox. So let's look at all the sundries, if you will. Liverpool 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Berlin 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Liverpool improves to 22-14. Berlin falls to 19-16. Eddie Plank gets the win, goes to 5-4. Al Downing takes the loss, goes to 0-2. The highlight for Berlin was Roy White, 2 for 3 with a double. For Liverpool, Rafael Palmeiro went 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. Mike Piazza, 2 for 4, a home run and 2 ribbies. Lou Boudreau, 2 for 4. So let's see. Let's look at pitching here. Eddie Plank goes the distance, gave up 5 runs, 4 were earned, walked 4, struck out 5. So Plank sits at a 3.14 earned run average. Jimmy Key went 5, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, gave up a home run, struck out 4, ERA of 3.05 now. Al Downing, tagged with the loss, pitches 3 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a home run, a walk, a strikeout. ERA goes up to 4.57. Catfish Hunter were 2/3 of an inning. And I'm guessing player of the game is probably going to be Palmeiro. Let's see. Indeed it is. The MVP is Palmeiro of this game. And let me get rid of whatever that nonsense is. All right. Fun stuff. Let's go and play out what's left of this day. This will be okay. Just make sure we got this. I did get everything on the 17th. Want to make sure. Yes, we did. So 18th, everything. And then I'll be zipping this up. There will not be a third game. We'll just sim these out. So Tampa Bay and Chicago. Tampa Bay at 19-19. Chicago at 19-20. Here we go. Tampa Bay defeats Chicago 8-4. Nolan Ryan gets the win. Steve Carlton takes the loss. Whitey Kurowski goes 2 for 3. Has his 7th home run. Hits a double. San Francisco and the D-Gens. San Francisco 5, D-Gens 4. Taylor gets the win. Saberhagen goes to 0-5 with the loss. Hideki Matsui goes 2 for 4 with a triple and a double. Carpathian Wolves versus the amazing Kitsunes. And Carpathian takes this one 9-4. This one a 10-inning affair. Paranoski gets the win. Roland takes the loss. Cy Seymour goes 3 for 4, hits his 9th home run, 2 runs batted in. Lancaster and Hadley Lake. So pretty big game here. Lancaster, 2.5 back of Canada in the Fire division, and Hadley Lake, 4.5 ahead of Mid-Michigan in the Water division. So big game going here. And Hadley Lake takes care of Lancaster 7-5. Hook Stouse gets the win. Dave McNally gets the loss. Ty Cobb goes 3 for 5, hits his 3rd home run, and has a double. Lehigh looking for an easy win here against TiVo. Lehigh, 1 game back of the Chicos in the win division. Here we go. Lehigh comes out big time, 10-5 over TiVo. McCormick gets the win. Babe Ruth takes the loss and goes to 2-7. Ernie Banks goes 3 for 4, hits 2 home runs. So how about that? Home runs 8 and 9, and 4 runs batted in. All right, next is the Chicos and Cleveland. And the Chicos a half game in front of Lehigh. So Chicos need to win this one. And they do it. 5-1. Tom Seaver gets the win. He improves to 5-3. Nick Altrock takes the loss, falls to 2-5. I am assuming that's Aramis Ramirez, goes 2 for 4, including his 3rd home run. St. Pete and Canada. So Canada with a 3-game lead on Lancaster. Actually, the team running away with it, so to speak, so far is Hadley Lake with a 5-game lead. But Canada's starting to feel maybe a little comfortable. These Lancaster fighting Amish. So let's see if Canada gains a bit more ground here. And they do not. St. Pete, 8-4. So Fergie Jenkins gets the win. How Newhouser takes the loss. Jackson goes 2 for 3, including his 3rd home run, and 3 runs batted in. Long Island and Dallas. So the Dallas owner tonight on Bernie's broadcast was surprised at the excellent record he has. So now 6 games above 500 before this one's being played, and here we go. And Dallas takes care of Long Island 6-2. Steve Avery gets the win, goes 3-0. Jeff Pfeffer takes the loss, goes to 2-3. Wagner goes 4 for 4. Leon Wagner, including his 4th home run and 4 runs batted in. Manchester versus Hagerstown. And this one, Manchester edges Hagerstown 4-3 in 10 innings. Martinez gets the win, goes to 3-3. Frank Demarie gets the loss, goes to 0-1. Hannes Wagner goes 3 for 4 with 2 triples and 2 stolen bases. And so I have 1 outdated driver. So shoot me. Liverpool and Berlin. Here we go. See what these 2 guys do. Liverpool shuts out Berlin 2-0. Eddie Seacott gets the win, goes to 6-3. Mel Stottlemyre with the loss, he goes to 4-3. Joey Votto goes 2 for 4. Florence and Mid-Michigan. And Florence takes care of Mid-Michigan 6-3. A 20-inning game. So we're going to look at this. Lee gets the win. Bunning gets the loss. Morris goes 4 for 9 with a double. We have to look at this. Wow. Wowza. So 13 hits by each team. Surprisingly, only 2 errors. Wow, let me see. What do we have here? So we had 2 home runs for each team. So for Florence, Barry Larkin and Andy Semenek went yard. And Bonds and Williams homered for Mid-Michigan. And wow, look at the pitching. Good God, huh? So let's see who's finally tagged with. So, wow. So Bill Lee gets the win, but also the blown save. Jim Bunning gets the loss. We're not going to go through all this, that's for sure. But 20 innings in this game. And when did it break open? It broke open in the 10th. So Florence scoring 3, or in the 20th, scoring 3 in the 20th inning to defeat Mid-Michigan 6-3. Wow, what a game. Who was the MVP in this one? We go way down, Sperry Larkin. All right. A couple injuries, too. All right. Fun stuff. And finally, the last game of the day, Edmonton and Las Vegas. Edmonton defeats Las Vegas 8-3. Orocha gets the win. Drysdale takes the loss. Lance Berkman goes 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. All right, we're going to just look at a few highlights here. I'm going to start closing it down. Canada, we already did that, 17, 17. Starting with the 18th. So, we did the 18th. So, okay, yep. San Francisco wrapping out 18 hits. That was the only one that we missed. All right, cool. All right, let's jump out of this, and we'll look at standings and a few leaders, and that's it. In the Earth Division, Liverpool hanging on to a half-game lead over Manchester. In third place, Dallas, 1 game back at 21-14. Berlin at 19-17, 3.5 back. All right, and so we're just going to cover the teams that are, at 500. All right. In the Win Division, the Chicos 1 game up on Lehigh. Chicos 26-15. Lehigh at 24-15. Cleveland trying to hang in there, 5.5 back. In the Fire Division, Canada with a 2.5 game lead at 25-14 on Lancaster, who is 22-16. And then Vegas at 19-17, 4.5 back in third place. In the Water Division, Hadley Lake with a 5.5 game lead over Mid-Michigan. Hadley Lake is 26-12. Mid-Michigan 20-17. And then Tampa Bay at 20-19 and 6.5 back. So those are your standings. Batting leaders right now, Zach Wheat at the top of the league, at the top of all of this, 377. Rudy York and Albert Pujols each with 14 home runs. Albert Pujols and Big Papi each with 34 runs batted in. Craig Biggio leading the league in steals with 17. Cobb behind him with 16, and Bake McBride at 15. Cy Seymour with a 432 on-base percentage. ERA right now, Webb leading the league at 1.49. Greg Maddux and Christy Mathewson each leading the league at 8 wins thus far. Hoffman with 7 saves. Rube Waddell once again leading the league and killing it. Strikeouts, 118. Hal Newhouser just in second at 83. Rube Waddell also leading the league in walks. Chico's leads the league in team batting at 275. It's Hadley Lake leading in pitching. And it's very weird to not see Canada up there in those leaderboard positions, but Canada perhaps maybe a little bit more balanced team this time. Let me see. Lancaster leading in fielding. So far, Hadley Lake, the manager of the year thus far is Will Toole. The Cy Young thus far could be going to Greg Maddux, and league MVP to Cy Seymour. So that does it. All right. That was it, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Just some, I'm not sure when the next games will be for the league, because we always ended up, so I'll get this zipped up. I don't know whether there's like a day like on the game calendar or whatever until games resume again. But we do want to thank everybody. So on behalf of all the owners of the league and our 2 commissioners, thank you for your support of this Fields of Dreams baseball league. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and we really do encourage people to get involved. You can get as involved or as little as you want. A lot of fun. So Jamie, thank you. Didn't see you come in. So Jamie, you are most welcome. So thanks to Jamie, to Sean, to Mike Silva, to Buckshot, BBN Sports Replay. Check out the channel, guys. Good stuff. Tex Ags, thanks for coming in, my friend. Always good to see you. MV, my buddy Christopher Slovic, Bernie Strom, Big Clue, Legend Sports Universe. Check out Season 3, Franchise Stars Baseball League. Steve Tate, our commissioner, one of our commissioners. Sakuni 007, Robert, RJL Network was with us tonight. He's in the postseason now of his 1972 replay. Do check that out, an inside pitch. Okay, as he likes to call it. A lot of fun. Big Clue, thanks, buddy, for coming in. Aaron Reed was here. Bernie was the first one in the ballpark. Gentlemen, until the next time I see you, and I'm not sure when that will be, David Lando, you're most welcome. We'll see you around the batting cage. Good night.